Well, I'm on the farm today. It's been kind of a mixed bag on the weather. There's a breeze going. You can see the flags blowing. And I've been mowing grass, but I haven't been cutting any hay. And I think I might have made a big mistake. If you look off in the distance, you can see thunder clouds gathering everywhere. It's been raining here on this farm the last day or so, and for the next 10 days they're calling for partly sunny skies, rain, and thunderstorms. So what went wrong? Well, the weather guessers last week gave us 3 days of sunny skies, virtually 0% chance of rain, low humidity. It's rare in these parts to get a 3-day window, and when you do, it's advantageous to jump all over it. So I had a window to cut on a Sunday night and ted it on a Monday, let it lay on a Tuesday, and bale it on a Wednesday. And but when I looked at the forecast, it just seemed to me that there wasn't going to be enough wind, and wasn't going to be enough wind. There's a rabbit. It was not going to be enough wind, and it was just going to be really cold, and I was concerned that you know, it was going to be hard to dry. So I decided not to cut the hay. I didn't feel like I could get it dry. So my one opportunity to cut was on Sunday night. There was no point in cutting on a Monday evening. We needed the full 3 days to make hay. So if I wasn't going to cut on Sunday night, then all bets were off. So what happened was, I committed to not cut any hay, and then the following days unfolded. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So turned out the weather was actually very favorable to make hay, and you know, you need 3 things to make hay, you know, when it's not 85, 90 degrees, 95 degrees. I mean, you probably need them always, but you need sunshine. You need a lot of sunshine. You need low humidity, and you need a good, strong breeze. The weather forecasted sunshine, and we got that. They forecasted cooler temperatures. It turned out the temperatures were much warmer. And the breezes that they forecast were minimal. It turns out they were strong, very strong. And and the humidity was low as forecasted. So we could have made hay, and out of a caution we didn't, because on Thursday the forecast was for rain, and I feared that if anything went wrong, we'd have hay on the ground with rain coming for the next 2 or 3 days. So we didn't cut. My goal was to get the hay cut early, so when the rain did come, the hay would leapfrog going into a second cutting. I felt like the lower yields would be more manageable for me, so that was a desirable thing to cut hay too. Another reason I didn't cut, and again, I was making my decision on Sunday afternoon, was the ground had a lot of moisture in it, and I was concerned that that moisture would evaporate into the hay, even with sunny skies. And between the forecasted lower breezes and cooler temperatures, I'd have a tough time getting the hay dry. And I don't like to tad hay over and over again. I've done it, or I've just tedded it, it seemed like a bunch of times, to keep flipping it and getting the ground moisture off of it. But anyway, all those things added up, and I did not cut hay. But the fact of the matter is, I coulda, and because I didn't, I missed a really nice opportunity. So while it was a mistake not to cut, it may not be all bad. These fields, with the sunny skies we had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and the rain we had before that, and then we've had rain Thursday and Friday. Today is Saturday, May the 14th, and it's been kind of cloudy and sunny, and it's trying to mist just a tad. There are thunder clouds close by. I think we're going to get some rain here in just a little bit. But this grass has just exploded. And I didn't fertilize. And in some ways it looks like I did, which is a pleasant surprise. I think our yields are going to be much better than I thought. Some areas are going to be thin. So I guess if there's a silver lining, it looks like we're going to have more first cut hay than I anticipated. The bad news is it'll delay second cutting. And then the bad news on top of that is this is May the 14th. The next 10 days they're calling for showers and thunderstorms every 2 or 3 days. So there's not a window that I can see where we can get in here and cut hay. So now we're going to turn our attention to making a full cut, probably somewhat heavy cut, first cutting hay, and like we traditionally have done. And so we'll manage, even with the reduced labor I have to use here on this farm. But we'll find a way to get this hay up. And looking at Memorial Day weekend now as a potential target for cutting hay. So one of the question marks I have is, in as much as our hay is growing like gangbusters, probably from residual fertilizer in the ground. And but I was out and about today, and I saw a lot of other hay fields. Looked like they were doing pretty good too. I don't know if they had gotten any fertilizer or not, but some of the hay fields I saw on other farms within, say, a 30-mile radius of this farm, some of the grass actually looked pretty good. And it makes me wonder, is that going to mean there's going to be more hay on the market than what everybody's previously, including me, suggested? And if that's the case, will that suppress pricing? And if it does, if the price of a square bale of hay, if it turns out there's more yield than we thought across the board, then some people are going to really be hurting to get the return on their investment in fertilizer. And like I've said, we didn't fertilize any hay this year, so we're going to come out nicely no matter which way the yield blows. But looking back, kind of wish I'd have cut hay last week. But you know, that's the life of a haymaker. If you're making hay to sell, You try to pick the best window you can get. And, you know, if you're making hay to feed your own cattle, it's a whole different ball game as far as hay quality goes and perception and things like that. So hopefully we'll get a window. It'd be nice to see something move in right around Memorial Day weekend, and maybe we can have a long weekend of it and cut everything and get it in the barn and turn our attention to a second cut. So anyway, I just thought I'd talk about the big mistake here on the farm. No hay cut on the ground yet, but we're keeping an eye out for it. So stick around, comment, subscribe, and our Hay Odyssey ought to begin here shortly. We'll talk to you later.